Good morning, y'all. Happy Tuesday. I am so excited, and I do want to let you know that, and I believe it's the attack from the enemy that does not want this video posted. However, I had to switch from TikTok to my phone in order to record this video because every single one I recorded, probably about 4 or 5 times, every time I go to confirm it, it disappears. It just disappears. So I do believe that this is such a powerful word and it needs to be heard. So let's get into it. We're going to read Hebrews 12:28, and it says, "Therefore, since we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, let us be thankful and so worship God acceptably with reverence and awe. For our God is a consuming fire." And it's just so good to me. It's so good. Every time I read it, it gets better and better. So let's break it apart. And in the beginning it says, we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken. So that's telling me that every single day I wake up, God has already chosen me. I'm not going to wake up one morning and God says, I can't deal with you today. Your sin's too heavy today. I don't love you anymore, like the world does. But every single day, already knowing the sins that you will commit, he says, come to me, my child, I love you. I've chosen you. How reassuring is that? And then it also tells me that when I choose Jesus and I choose to surrender my life to him, there is a spot in the kingdom of heaven specifically for me to have peace, joy, happiness, and worship in the Father for all of eternity. So that is a secure spot that makes me not fear death, but be so excited to see what the Lord has in store for me after I do the works of his kingdom on this earth. And I heard it this week, but I don't know about y'all, but I want my crazy faith to be so strong that it's written down and told 2,000 years from now. And I want to be a testament to others that was once like me and didn't believe. And I want my story and my faith to build somebody else's faith. I love that so much. And then it continues, let us be thankful. Attitude of gratitude. Have an attitude of gratitude towards God. We talked about that yesterday. And this is one of my favorite parts. So worship God acceptably with reverence and awe. So I Googled to find the definition of reverence, just like to study, and it means a deep respect for. So that tells me that when we're worshiping God, and whether it be from your car, your bedroom, church, wherever you worship, in the middle of Walmart, we should do it with such a deep respect that it doesn't matter what it looks like to others. In this day and age, we have a lot of issues with pride, and we will simmer down our worship for the Lord or our voice because we don't want to offend others, or because we don't want this one to think that, and we don't want this one to say that to somebody else. What does it matter? What does it matter? And here's where I'm going to bring this to. If Susie in church turns around and says, oh, look at her worshiping, she looks stupid. But Sarah over there said, look at her worshiping, I want that. Which one matters? Which one really matters? Because I'm going to tell you what matters to me, Sarah, because she's seen my faith and I inspired her faith, and now she wants to grow in her faith with the Lord. So what little Susie has to say is irrelevant to me. It is irrelevant to me, and honestly, what I want little Susie to do is check her heart, because you're coming to church, but is your heart in a shape to be in character with God? Is your real desire to know God's character and live out God's character? And that is just so powerful to me. It overwhelms me, because we should have such a deep respect towards God that it doesn't matter what others think. It doesn't matter what others say, because I can confidently say, I don't care what anybody has to say about me. I don't care what anybody's opinion about me is, but what I do care about is God's opinion to me. I do. And he says, I am handmade and I am his masterpiece. He says that he chose me. He chose me. So I don't care what little Susie has to say about how I worship, how I talk, or what I do, as long as I know in my faith that everything I do is to glorify the Father. And everything I do is to search out for him and seek him with my whole heart. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. And I pray that it increases little Sarah's faith. I pray that it speaks to little Sarah and that the kingdom of heaven rejoices when that one life is given to Jesus. And I will continue to pray for little Susie, that her life be changed with a true encountership of Jesus. And that's where our respect should be for the Lord. It shouldn't be a respect of what people think. It shouldn't be a respect of what the world says. What the world says is so deceiving. It's so deceiving. The world will tell you follow your heart, whereas Jesus says follow me. Your heart is deceitful. So which are you going to follow? At the end of the day, it's a choice. It's a choice. And then it ends with, for our God is a consuming fire. And what this part reminds me of is I'm pretty sure everybody watching has been to a bonfire, hosted a bonfire, or built a fire. So with that being said, when we build a fire and when we put the wood down and the lighter fluid or the fire starter, whatever you may use, and that fire sparks up, it consumes everything in it in order to light and become a fire. So that's telling me that God consumes me. All my mistakes, all my burdens, all my happiness, all of my issues, all of everything, he consumes me and then allows me to consume him and be the light for him. How powerful is that? How powerful is that? That not only do we consume God, but he consumes us. And he says, come here, my child. I just want to love you. I just want to hug you. And I just want to show you who I am. And I pray that y'all have a blessed Tuesday. I pray that y'all encounter Jesus in a way that you've never encountered before. In the name of Jesus. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.